Good morning, everybody. What's up? It's Seth. Welcome to video number 4 of the ABCs of Affiliate Marketing video series. I hope you get a lot of value out of today's video, and I hope you're having a wonderful, awesome, fantastic day as well. All right. So today, guys, we're going to talk about something that's really, really deep, but really, really important. Okay, but as we've done with the other videos, what I want to do first is I want to do a quick review of what we've learned so far, and then we'll really delve into today's topic, okay? So, day 1, what did we talk about? We talked about what affiliate marketing is. We delved in a little bit about what it is, but we also talked about attraction marketing and how we do attraction marketing through doing 3 things. What? We're building relationships with people, connecting with people on a daily basis, right? Once we're able to do this, we are then able to uncover their pain, uncover their challenges, okay, whatever they're experiencing. And then we're able to then what? Give them the painkiller. Uncover their pain, give them the painkiller, right? So that's what we did when we talked about attraction marketing. We then, on day 1, we talked about branding. We talked about branding ourselves, how that is important. The concept of learn, do, teach, right? We talked about how important that is. Day 2, we talked about capture pages, how important capture pages are in our business. We then also talked a little bit about tracking and testing with our capture pages, with all the pages in our sales funnels, how important that is. Yesterday, we talked about taking action, taking daily action every single day in our affiliate business, okay? So, today, oh boy, you already probably saw the subject for today's video. So guys, remember how we talked about taking daily action in our affiliate business yesterday, right? A big part of doing that, guys, it requires a certain kind of mindset shift, okay? That requires a certain type of mindset shift and really getting through that fear, getting through that, breaking down those barriers that we have about those fears about taking action. We talked about how that is called analysis paralysis. That concept was, probably not invented by Brendon Burchard, but the first time I heard about analysis paralysis was by the entrepreneur Brendon Burchard, okay? We talked about how, that is important, breaking down those barriers, about that mindset shift, right? There are a lot of mindset shifts, guys, that occur as an affiliate marketer, as an entrepreneur, okay? But I have to say probably one of the biggest, and put a comment below, or give me some hearts, give me some likes if you guys understand this. Probably one of the biggest mindset shifts, guys, is going from being an employee, working a 9-to-5 job, to actually being an entrepreneur, owning your own business. Okay? I think that is probably one of the biggest mindset shifts, and that's what we're going to talk about today. That's the E for today, employee to entrepreneur mindset shift. Okay? Now, if you were to ask a large group of entrepreneurs, people who were probably employees before and who then decide to go down the entrepreneurial route, if you asked a huge group of them, what has probably been the biggest obstacle for you to overcome when you're going from an employee to an entrepreneur? Maybe a few people may say maybe it was the money. Maybe some people may say it was, their support. Maybe a few more people would say it was the commitment. Being an employee and then going to an entrepreneur, the commitment is very, very different. Maybe some people would say those were the biggest obstacles, but probably pretty much by far, a lot of people, a big majority of those people would probably say that the mindset shift was probably the biggest one. Okay? So, that's really what I want to talk about today, guys. Okay? Now, going from an employee to an entrepreneur, you guys, it is more than just creating your own business. It is a lot more than that. Let me explain to you guys that. What happens is this actual inner transformation starts to happen within you. Okay? And it's amazing. It can be emotional, can be spiritual, can be physical at times. Because what happens, guys, is you're leaving behind the traditional way of thinking. Okay? A lot of us have probably been brought up by our parents, by our families, generations, for, with the concept of go to elementary school, go to high school, go to college, get a job, work a part-time job, 9 to 5, 40, 50, maybe 60 hours a week, and then retire at 65. Okay, maybe 60, maybe 70, whatever. And then you retire, and then that's it. Okay? To make the shift to being an entrepreneur, you're giving up that traditional way of thinking. You're leaving behind the paycheck route. You're probably also leaving behind a lot of approval from other people. Because I'm going to tell you guys, going from that traditional route to this whole new mentality, it can be pretty daunting and pretty scary at times. Okay? You're leaving that behind, and that requires a humongous shift within you. You need to start getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, if that makes sense. Okay? And being able to, kick through that fear and kick that fear's ass on a daily basis, excuse my language, and going from an employee to an entrepreneur. And I think probably one of the most amazing and influential people that talk about that emotional and spiritual mindset shift from going from an employee to an entrepreneur is Robert Kiyosaki, right? I mean, if you have not read his books, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Cash Flow Quadrant, he really delves into this mindset shift, from employee to entrepreneur, and really, really what it takes and how influential it really is. Okay? I suggest reading his books, especially Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and also the Cash Flow Quadrant. That is also very, very powerful, guys, all right? So, guys, I was reading an amazing blog post the other day, and it's by a woman named Solange Lopes. It may be Lopez, Lopes, maybe Lopes, Solange Lopes. She is an author. She is a CPA. She's a writer, blogger, an absolutely amazing, influential woman. Okay? And she wrote, and, one of the things she says is, and get the quote right, the more you're able to change your mindset from employee to entrepreneur, the more you're able to ensure your success. And you know what, guys? I truly believe in that. And all of us who have gone from an employee to an entrepreneur, we all know that. If you're able to really shift your mindset from an employee to an entrepreneur, it is difficult at times. But if you're really able to make that mindset shift, it really, really does amazing things for your affiliate marketing success as an entrepreneur, your entrepreneurial success. All right? Now, Solange, she talks about 7 switches that you can start making to start shifting your mind from going from an employee to an entrepreneur. And this is if you're an employee right now. Okay? Now, she talks about 7 of them, and I'm going to go through 3 of them today. 3 of what I think are the biggest ones, guys. And I'm going to post the other 4 in a separate post for you guys. Okay, but I think these 3 are probably the biggest ones. Okay? And the first one that Solange talks about, the employee believes that mistakes are bad. Mistakes are bad if you're on the job. An entrepreneur has the mindset of mistakes make me succeed. Now, those of us that are employees now or were employees before, the more mistakes you make as an employee, the closer you may be to actually getting fired. Yes or yes? Okay? The more mistakes you make as an employee, the better probably more of your chances are of getting fired or getting demoted. Mistakes are not popular in the, what we call the conventional world of business. Okay? They cost money, they cost time, and they probably cost energy. Okay? An employee, that they hate mistakes. Our boss, as an employee, our bosses hate mistakes. Right? So you have this level of perfection that you really want to try and cultivate as an employee, right? Now, an entrepreneur, the entrepreneurial shift is mistakes make me succeed. An entrepreneur, we know that mistakes are kind of a pathway to success. It's only when we make mistakes and learn from them can we then improve and get better. Thomas Edison, the man, invented the light bulb. He has this famous quote of saying, "I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that don't work." Isn't that amazingly profound? That's an incredible mindset shift to have. And you're going from an employee to an entrepreneur, that's probably one of the biggest ones that you need to cultivate. Alright? The second one, employees believe I must know it all. Okay? I must know it all on the job, or to get a job. Entrepreneur, I'm constantly learning. Okay? Let's break down this employee one. I must know it all. Okay? Now, a lot of jobs, they always say, they're looking for this, years of experience, this number of years of experience, and that's what you need to have on your resume. Now, unless this is an entry-level position and there's actually training, that goes on the job, right? You have this, and, when you go out for a job, you need to have a certain level of experience. So you must know everything that you're being required to do on a job. Now, some jobs, they do have, on-the-job training. But 9, maybe 8 times out of 10, you have to know what you're doing, in order to be able to get a job, and you need to have some odd years of experience on a resume, right? All about, again, perfectionism, in a way, right? Entrepreneurs, constantly learning. We entrepreneurs, we are constant learners. Okay? And and that's how that's how we're able to become our success. We're constantly learning from mistakes, learning from other 6, 7, 8, even 9-figure earners in this business. Okay? And that is how we move towards success. Okay? So that's the next shift that an employee has to really start wrapping their mind around. They don't have to know it all. They are learning as they go. Entrepreneurs, we, trial and error. As I've talked about in other videos, a lot of being an entrepreneur is trial and error. Thomas Edison, trial and error. But you learn from your mistakes. Alright? And the third one, employees said the goal is the next promotion. That's what you're always working toward as an employee. Your next promotion. Next promotion means what? More money. More money in your hand. Right? And entrepreneur, the goal is the journey. Alright? Employee, you're always working towards your next promotion, even if you're in a job that you hate. Because more promotions, better performance reviews. Okay? Those lead toward your next promotion, leading towards going up in the company. Right? That's what you're always working towards. Okay? Entrepreneur, the entrepreneurial journey, the goal is the journey. Again, we learn from everything that goes on in the journey. The entrepreneurial journey is a process in and of itself. It's built upon each achievement, each success, each failure, each lesson that we learn. Okay? And that is what, as an entrepreneur, the goal is the journey. That's what we focus on. All right? So again, guys, I really wanted to focus on those 3 today. All right? And as I said, I'm going to post the other 4 that Solange Lopes talks about in a separate post today, because I think all 7 of those are really, really profound and really, really important. When you start doing that mindset shift from an employee to an entrepreneur. Okay? So that's really, really what I wanted to talk about, guys. That mindset shift from going from an employee to an entrepreneur. Okay? It can be difficult at times, but if you're able to really start training your mind now, especially if you're an employee right now, it can take you amazing places as an entrepreneur, as an affiliate marketer. Okay? As any type of marketer. Alright? And as I said also, talking about the emotional and the spiritual transformation that occurs in that mindset shift. Robert Kiyosaki, his books are absolutely incredible, and they're very powerful. I recommend picking up a copy of at least, Rich Dad Poor Dad and or the Cash Flow Quadrant. Okay, they're very, very powerful books. That's all right. So again, I will end. That's pretty much the end of this video for today. I hope you all got a ton of value out of this mindset shift talk today. If you did, please leave me some comments below. Comments, questions, anything, critique, feedback. All of it. Whatever you're so inclined to do. Post it below. All right. I hope everyone has an awesome and fantastic rest of your day. I always say it. Stay positive. Stay motivated. Stay focused on your big dreams and goals, guys. All right? Hope you all have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.